A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Ginger Ale presents a series of programs to advertise the new made-to-order Canada Dry, which you can now buy by the glass at drugstores and soda fountains. This series will feature George Olson and his music, Miss Ethel Chute, the star of many Broadway successes, and that suave comedian, dry humorist, and famous master of ceremonies, Jack Benny.
Thank you, Mr. Thorgerson. That's pretty good from a man who doesn't even know me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jack Benny talking, and making my first appearance on the air professionally. By that I mean I'm finally getting paid, which, of course, will be a great relief to my creditors. I really don't know why I'm here. I'm supposed to be a sort of a master of ceremonies and tell you all the things that will happen, which would happen anyway. I must introduce the different artists who could easily introduce themselves, and also talk about the Canada Dry made to order by the glass, which is a waste of time, as you know all about it. You drink it like it and don't want to hear about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, a master of ceremonies is really a fellow who is unemployed and gets paid for it. I think you will like the entertainment arranged for tonight, I hope. Of course, I haven't seen any of the program myself, but I've spoken to the artists individually. They seem to think it's awfully good. The first number will be a selection by George Olson and his orchestra. I think this being our first program together, it is no more than fair that I have you meet Mr. Olson personally. He's really a very charming fellow and one of the few directors who comes to and from his work on roller skates. That's perhaps the silliest thing that I'll say all night, I think. I might add that Mr. Olson is very, very handsome. I told you, George, I'd get that in. But as long as we are both on the air, of course, I won't have to worry about that. Oh, George, come here. I want you to say hello to the folks. Hello, everybody. That was George Olson, ladies and gentlemen. He rehearsed that speech all week. You know, this is really all play with George. He doesn't have to work at all. I might say that Mr. Olson is one of the wealthiest conductors in America. You know what I mean. He owns his own car. Of course, the other boys are in debt, too. George, what kind of a car have you?
A Saxon.
A what?
A Saxon.
A Saxon, huh? Well, it was my fault for bringing it up, that's all. Is it a new one? Is it?
Oh, yeah, it's a very late model.
I see. Well, you must have been in this country a long time now, haven't you, George?
Yeah, say, by the way, Jack, what kind of a car have you?
Me? I have a bicycle built for two. I mean, now, you can't go back any further than that, I think. Well, George, I think we ought to get started. What's the first number?
I beg your pardon, Mademoiselle. It's a French number, Jack. Do you like French numbers?
Do I? Mon dut, mon dut. You look so important directing that orchestra, with the baton in your hand. I don't know, there's something about all you fellas when you stand there waving that stick in the air. It's thrilling, One thing I'd like to know, George, if the band didn't show up, what would you do with that stick?
Why, I throw it away and do what you're doing.
Always kidding. And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I present a young lady who is a star of many New York productions, Miss Ethel Chate. You will remember Miss Chate best in Whoopi playing opposite Eddie Cantor. Is it all right for me to mention Cantor's name here? Everybody else does. Ethel, come over and say hello.
Oh, hello.
Wasn't that clever? Oh, she does a lot of things like that. You'd be surprised. And Miss Chate is going to sing for her. She has a beautiful voice, too. She has a sort of a nervous soprano. You know what I mean? In fact, last week she had her nose lifted so she could be heard in Philadelphia. And, by the way, here's a little news for you. Might interest you. Miss Chate is really Mrs. George Olson. Although I wouldn't go as far as to say that that's the reason she happens to be on this program. Nevertheless, she's Mrs. George Olson. Such a nice girl, too. I'm surprised that she's married to Olson. And now, Miss Chate will sing, I Found $1 Million Baby. I still feel a little Frenchy tonight, Ethel, so it's Mon Duck to you, too.
a popular song anytime or anywhere at all.
Rain or sunshine, spring or fall,
You never know when it's going to say hello in a very unexpected place.
for example, take this case.
It was a lucky April shower. It was the most convenient door.
He found $1 million baby in a 5 and 10 cent store.
The rain continued for an hour. I hung around for 3 or 4.
Hung around $1 million baby in a 5 and 10 cent store.
She was selling china when she made those eyes.
He's the wine China until my throat got dry.
And incidentally, if you should run into a shower,
You step aside a cottage door and meet the $1 million baby from the 5 and 10 cent store. I met $1 million baby in a 5 and 10 cent store. I love my $1 million baby from the 5 and 10 cent store.
she was selling china.
On a day night, you try the teapot, look them over five,
Like a fine
to the bones
china.
and teapot, and then the crowd got wild. And incidentally, if you would spend a happy hour, just step inside a cottage door and meet our $1 million baby.
Maybe 1,
Maybe 2,
maybe 3.
maybe 4, and they're not from the 10 cent store.
What a charming couple. And, folks, I forgot to mention that Miss Chate was assisted by Fran Fry. Of course, I'm lucky that I remember anything tonight. You know, folks, all the time Miss Chute was singing, I kept thinking of my girl. You know, I get so sentimental. I really have a girl. She lives in Newark, New Jersey. You know, the girl I go with when I'm in Newark? She's not what you call good-looking exactly. In fact, she's quite homely, but then she can't stay in the house all the time. I imagine you folks have seen her pictures in different magazines. You know, she poses for the beauty ads titled Before Taking. And she comes from a very fine family, although her father very often partakes of the forbidden beverage. It's all right for me to mention that, as they have no radio. In fact, her father drank everything in the United States and then went up north to drink Canada Dry. Boy, I'm glad I thought of that joke. You know, the one about Canada Dry? I'm really supposed to mention it occasionally. After all, I owe it to my sponsors, and they might be listening in. Seriously, though, do you realize, folks, that if you want to drink a Canada Dry, well, say just a glass, you don't have to buy it in a bottle. You can walk into any drugstore or soda fountain that has that big sign, Canada Dry, made to order, ask for a glass and get it. I know you always have it in your home in bottles, but isn't it nice to know that you don't have to wait until you get home to drink it? Gee, I thought I did that pretty well for a new salesman, eh? I suppose nobody will drink it now. And now, folks, a very stirring number called I Love a Parade, with a vocal refrain by the Messrs. Fran Fry, Bobby Borger, and Bob Wright. That was I Love a Parade, ladies and gentlemen. The kind of a number that grips and thrills you, gives you that great feeling of patriotism, and makes you glad that you're an American. Personally, it didn't bother me very much because I took a nap while the boys were playing it. Now, folks, in case you've forgotten, this is Jack Benny again. You know, the Canada Dry humorist. Hey, I thought that was good. The Canada Dry humorist. I made that up myself, huh?
It sounds like it.
That witty retort was by George Olson, ladies and gentlemen, proving again that he is still an orchestra leader. At that, George has a great sense of humor. Say, he told me a story the other day. Do you mind if I tell it, George? I'll give you credit for it, you know. It's really supposed to be true, too. It's about George's uncle, who had been ill for a long time. He had what you call labor poisoning. You know what I mean? He just couldn't stand working. So his doctor finally told him that he would have to get a lot of fresh air, do outside work, but not lift anything heavy. He told him that at no time was he to lift anything heavy. So his uncle got a job as a garbage man in Scotland. Well, I never heard that one before, but the thing that kills me is Olson telling a Scotch story. I mean, because George, is no centrist himself. In fact, he invited me to dinner the other night, much to his own surprise, and he paid the check with a $5 bill that was in his pocket so long that Lincoln's eyes were bloodshot. That's a fact. However, he will now favor us with that very popular song hit called Paradise. After all, why should his orchestra be an exception?
By this time, I know you're thoroughly bored listening to Jack our master of ceremonies and his alleged Canada Dry humor and telling you all about Made to Order Canada Dry. We also have a product to sell. It's music. And may we show you now just how we make music.
Listen, everyone, we're going to show you how we all make music.
First, there's Wally. He sure plays some with 2 little sticks he beats on his drum. And that's how we make music. Now we have the boys with their violins. Their bows go back and forth when they beat in. And the drums. Now the trumpets play loud and shrill, but when they get going, they'll give you a thrill. And the violin and the drums. The old trombone flies up and down. When he gets hot, he goes to town. And the trumpet, the violin, and the drum. When we want to shiver, a quiver, or a groan, we call upon the boys with the saxophone. And the trombone, and the trumpet, and the violin, and the drum. Please. Now, when we want some rhythm, where do we go? Why, it's old Bob Rice with his old banjo. And the saxophone, and the trombone, the trumpet, the violin, and the drum. Oh, the cow is now a little birdie. All right. Now, the next old fella can't be beat. You know him well. It's Piccolo Pete. And the banjo, and the saxophone, the trombone, the trumpet, the violin, and the drum. Okay, Ben Bernie, if you like it. That's it. Now we have the piano for cadences and such. All he needs is a very light touch. And the piccolo, and the banjo, and the saxophone, and the trombone, and the trumpet, and the violin, and the drum. So are you, so are you. Now the old bass fiddle plays way down low. He has to get a derrick to move his bow. And the piano, and the piccolo, and the banjo, and the saxophone, and the trombone, the trumpet, the violin, and the drum. Hey, please. Bass, piano, piccolo, banjo, saxophone, trombone, trumpet, violin. Now that's how we make music.
That was cute, George. I mean, babies will like it anyway, I think. And, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the way these boys make music. Now, if they could only play it. Mr. Olson will now play Come West, Little Girl, Come West. And I'm supposed to sing a chorus of this number. And do you know, folks, that 6 months ago I couldn't sing a note. Really, I could not sing a note. But after taking 3 glasses every day of Canada Dry made-to-order ginger ale, I still am unable to sing and can't even sign a note. So the moral of this is drink that champagne of ginger ale, Canada Dry, and don't worry about signing notes. So for want of a better soloist, Mr. Tay will sing, Come West, Little Girl, Come West. I'm going east.
I love to hear a cowboy sing like a cowboy sings when he's blue. Round the campfire on the range when his day's work is through. If I could hear a certain love song, what memories it would bring. I can't forget that love song the cowboys used to sing. The sun will set, the moon will rise, but I want to look in my baby's eyes. Come west, little girl, come west. The breeze will blow, the stars will peep, but I'm too lonesome to go to sleep. Come west, little girl, come west. Oh, don't be pining away, way down east. You know my love here for you will increase. I love the West, it's full of charm, but I rest best in my baby's arms. Come west, little girl, come west. The sun will set, the moon will rise, but I'm gonna look in my baby's eyes. Come west, little girl, come west. The breeze will blow, the stars will beam, but I'm too lonesome to go to sleep. Come west, little girl, come west. So don't be pining away, way down east. You know my love here for you will increase. I love the West, it's full of charm, but I rest best in my baby's arms. Come west, little girl.
Hello, everybody. This is Kate Smith, or Jack Benny talking. You see how nervous I am? I mean, not so much because I'm broadcasting, but I think all my relatives are listening in, and I don't want them to know that I'm working. Although I have an older brother that I'm quite fond of. I mean, we get along great. We sort of share everything together. I mean, what's mine is his, and what's his is his, you know. Although this has absolutely nothing to do with Canada Dry made to order. I keep getting entirely off the subject. But don't forget, folks, that you can walk into your neighborhood drugstore, or any drugstore. I mean, after all, I don't care what drugstore you walk into. I'm just the master of ceremonies here, that's all. I mean, if I'm going to have to worry about things like that, I'll have my hands full. But go into any drugstore and order a glass, mind you. Not a bottle, but a glass of made-to-order Canada Dry ginger ale and stagger out. Isn't it funny, the things you can buy today in the drugstore? I went in for an aspirin the other day and came out with a new hat. I imagine the next number will be by George Olson. He's about to make his first appearance on this program. In fact, I'm lucky to get him here at all. This is called Drums in My Heart. And, boys, try and finish this all together if you can. Will you, please? That, ladies and gentlemen, was the last number on our first program on the 2nd of May. Are you sleeping? I hope you'll be with us again Wednesday. In fact, I hope I'll be here Wednesday. George, so we all hope that we'll be here Wednesday. Well, good night then.
All aboard. Away we go. Get that little lady on the train, boy. All aboard. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are concluding the first program in a new series sponsored by Canada Dry. The ginger ale now available made to order at drugstores and soda fountains, as well as in bottles. Canada Dry has presented Jack Benny, Ethel Chuppé, and George Olson and his music. The same group of artists will be with you at this time Wednesday evening. Drums in My Heart, from Through the Years, was played tonight with the special permission of the copyright owner. This is the National Broadcasting Company. WJZ, New York.
All the towns and other companies, roll down town, hop on the street. All the towns and other companies.
Never mind the weather, never mind the rain.
Now we're all together, whoop-de go again. La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-dee. All the towns and other companies.
half hour of sparkling entertainment by Canada Dry, the champagne of ginger ale. It's holiday time for gaiety and good cheer. And whether you are celebrating at home or at one of the many fine hotels, clubs, or restaurants, Canada Dry adds joy and sparkle to your festivities. Canada Dry is a real ambassador of holiday spirit. This program stars Jack Benny, the Canada Dry humorist, and Ted Weems Orchestra. And Ted Weems opens the program with Rise and Shine from Take a Chance.
Never mind the weather, never mind the rain.
Now we're all together, whoop-de goes again. La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-dee. All the town and jolly company.
Ladies and gentlemen, a half hour of sparkling entertainment by Canada Dry, the champagne of ginger ale. It's holiday time for gaiety and good cheer. And whether you are celebrating at home or at one of the many fine hotels, clubs, or restaurants, Canada Dry adds joy and sparkle to your festivities. Canada Dry is a real ambassador of holiday spirit. This program stars Jack Benny, the Canada Dry humorist, and Ted Weems Orchestra. And Ted Weems opens the program with Rise and Shine from Take a Chance.
Rise and shine. Life's what you make it. If blue was so-and-so, she'll get you as he soon does. Shout heidi-holy ho and do just as the moon does. Rise and shine. Don't be a mourner. Things are fine. Around the corner. No harm in trying if there's nothing to it. You can do it. Like the sun, rise and shine.
And now, Jack Benny.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, to be outdone by the other programs on the air tonight, I want to wish you all a very happy New Year. And before going any further, I'd like to present to you our first guest star of the evening, who must rush away as he is a day late now.
And take it, rise and shine. Life's what you make it. If blue was so-and-so, she'll get you as he soon does. Shout heidi-holy ho and do just as the moon does. Rise and shine. Don't be a mourner. Things are fine. Around the corner. No harm in trying if there's nothing to it. You can do it. Like the sun, rise and shine.
And now, Jack Benny.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, to be outdone by the other programs on the air tonight, I want to wish you all a very happy New Year. And before going any further, I'd like to present to you our first guest star of the evening, who must rush away as he is a day late now. he has graciously consented to say his last few words on the Canada Dry program, and I now take the honor and pleasure in introducing to you that genial old gentleman, Father Time of Times Square. Father Time.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Canada Dry audience, I am Father Time.
He's laughing, folks, but he's worried.
Of course, you know, friends, that yesterday was to have been my last day on this earth. But owing to a very special request made by our good friend, Mr. Benny, I postponed the occasion until tonight.
That's darn sweet of you, Dad.
Don't mention it, Jack. I just want to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, that I did the best that I could these past 365 days to bring cheer and happiness into your lives. Of course, I've missed the spots.
I'll say you did, Pop.
But at least I made the effort. And now all I can say is that I wish you all a very happy and prosperous... Oh, I'm getting weaker. You better take the microphone, Jack.
Brace up, old man. Brace up.
Oh.
Paul, quick. Give him some ginger ale right away. Here you are, Father Time. Take a sip of this Canada Dry ginger ale.
Made to order by the glass.
Quiet, Paul. Here you are, Dad. Now, how do you feel?
Hello, everybody. It's 1933 and raring to go.
Another victory for Canada Dry. So you're 1933, eh?
Yes.
Say, will you do me one favor, 1933?
What's that?
Please, in this coming year, we don't want to hear any more about Gandhi going on diet.
Okay, Jack.
Hooray! Well, anyway, folks, this is the new year, and we're all happy. But personally, I'm glad that the excitement is over. I really am.
Jack, you talk as though the holidays were a big strain on you. What did Christmas really cost you?
Well, to tell you the truth, Paul, I spent a lot of money. I mean, like a big fool, I bought handkerchiefs for Durante, earmuffs for Gable, and a pair of shoes for Garbo. You know? I mean, that would break anybody. And by the way, Paul, that was a nice combination greeting card you sent me.
Well, it was just a single card, Jack.
Oh, I mean the combination of thoughts. You know, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Easter greetings. You forgot to mention the 4th of July and Columbus Day.
Jack,
Well, anyway.
Jack, did you make any resolutions this year?
I made one, Mary, and here it is. Resolve that I, Jack Benny, shall during the coming year refrain from smoking, drinking, swearing, and staying up late at night.
Do you really mean that?
I certainly do.
Then you might as well take this crocheting outfit. You'll need it more than I will. You know, Jack, I made some New Year's resolutions, too.
Yeah, what were they, Mary?
Well, I hereby resolve to stop going out with other fellas to make you jealous. Except Elmo, Red, and Parker.
I see.
Because I think they're swell.
That's nice, Mary. You'll be the lone wolfess.
I'm not going to be narrow-minded, Jack. During the coming year, you can buy all my dinners.
I can. You resolve that, Mary.
Uh-huh.
Well, dissolve it.
See, a girl can't even make a resolution.
No.
Say, Jack, I made a resolution, too.
What is that, Ted?
I hereby resolve during the coming year to stop lending people money. Not because you owe me $5, Jack. Don't get me wrong.
No, sure not. Go right ahead.
I hope
Ted.
I haven't offended you.
No, Ted, but if I don't speak to you for the rest of the year, don't think it's on account of this. You know?
And, Jack,
What?
I made a resolution, too.
Why, Andrea, I don't remember borrowing any money from you.
Oh, I wasn't going to mention that yet.
Oh.
But I resolved to sing more and better songs during the coming year. I thank you.
You're welcome, and she will. That was good, Andrea. Say, Paul, what did you resolve?
That Canada Dry is the champagne of ginger ale,
and you'll get a better nickel back on each large bottle. Huh? Ted, I resolve that you play something before Paul makes any further resolutions.
When it's darkness, on the delta, that's the time my heart is.
Now, as you all know, ladies and gentlemen, it is customary at the close of each year to review the outstanding achievements and personalities of the past year. We are very fortunate tonight in having up here some of the unusual guest stars who have appeared on our Canada Drive program during the year 1932. Of course, you all remember the marvelous tribute paid to Miss Amelia Earhart last summer, following her history-making solo flight to Ireland. Thousands of people lined the street and showered her with ticker tape. And when she picked up the ticker tape and saw how her securities had dropped, she wanted to fly back to Ireland. Well, anyway, with all due credit to our courageous heroine, Miss Earhart, we have with us this evening a young lady who also deserves honorable mention. A lady who not only flew to Ireland, but upon reaching Ireland, immediately swam across the English Channel and got to France just in time to win the Ladies' Open Golf Championship. What a flight, what a swim, and what a game. Now, in the golf match, she went around the Paddy de Foie Gras course, making I can hardly pronounce that, making the round of 18 holes in 21. 17 holes in one and one birdie. Now, top that, all of you golfers who talk a good game. And now we will have a few words from the champion of champions, Miss Violet Ray. Miss Ray is wearing a beautiful low-cut evening gown and is appearing almost in the flesh. And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I present Violet Ray, which is certainly a treatment. Miss Ray, if you please.
I am very happy to be here tonight. And all I can say is that I owe all my success to Slippery Elm Bath Soap.
Miss Ray, please.
Oh, I owe all my success to Canada Dry ginger ale sold in large 5-glass bottles.
There you are, folks, and we didn't even ask her.
But you promised me that if I said
now,
Canada Dry...
Now, Miss Ray, tell the folks how you accomplished that wonderful flight across the Atlantic.
Well, I took a pound of ordinary flour, added some water, and stirred it. Then I simply added the yolks of 3 eggs and some sugar.
That's very interesting. Singing Remember Me. And now let me refresh your memory once more. Some of you may remember during the week of August 1st, we had on our program 2 of the world's greatest trained dogs who were awarded the...
sparkling entertainment by Canada Dry, the campaign of ginger ale. Canada Dry is now available in the large as well as the regular size bottle for the home and made to order by the glass at fountain. This program stars Jack Benny, the Canada Dry humorist, and Ted Weems Orchestra. Ted Weems opens the program with Roll Up the Carpet.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the man of the half hour, Jack Benny. Thanks, Paul. Hello, Scandal Seekers. This is Jack Brisbane Benny, the Earth Galloper, coming to you again with some very late news reports. And are they late? I'll never order from that man again. Anyway, these news gems come to you through the courtesy of the Morning Grapefruit, the news that's first to reach your eyes. All the late dispatches by wire, telephone, cable, and cruiser.
All right, Jack. Start it.
All right, Paul, don't butt in. This is for our cash customers. All right, let's go. Prosperity Note. Hannibal, Missouri. Conditions improving here. Mississippi now running on full time. Washington, D.C. President Hoover spends 2 weeks vacation fishing. He catches an eel, but later finds out it's a shark suffering from the depression. Wander around with that one, folks. This is Jack Benny talking. London, England. In economy drive, Clifford Whale sells his horse and will take in the falls at Niagara this year. Get it? Moscow, Russia. 5-year plan ends this month. 7-year itch will start immediately. Union Square, New York. Man found beating himself over head with club. When asked why he was doing this, he said he was a red and missed the last meeting. Winslow Column, New York. Stork seen hanging around Ted Weems' door. What stork? That was a wolf. Oh, pardon me. Venice, Italy. 3 pedestrians cross street against red light and are drowned. Mott Street, Chinatown. Warning. 2 Japanese spies found hiding in Bishop Chop Suey, disguised as mushrooms. I'm clever, these Japs. Delhi, India. Big blaze starts in business section of Delhi, burning down several Delhi confession stores. That's local, very local, that is. Bombay, India. Mahatma Gandhi puts on a suit of clothes and is mistaken for Kid Crocker. Erie, Pennsylvania. Eclipse just arrived here. No other news. Glasgow, Scotland. 14 cents collected and big relief drive last week. Drivers over and people flocking back to city. Volkswagen, Ohio. Circus midget commits suicide in restaurant by jumping off a 3-decker sandwich. January 22nd, 1901. Marconi invents wireless. January 22nd, 1933. Marconi hears this program and is sorry he started it. St. Paul, Minnesota. 3 skaters break through thin ice and almost drown. Paul, Minnesota.
I see. You can get a cool drink of Canada Dry ginger ale at Minnesota Fountain.
You think it, Paul. You think it. Well, we both had to reach for those. Play, Ted, play.
Now we're after this familiar melody. Bing Crosby's sing song, Echo in the Valley. Cleaning out the closet, and found the manuscript of this masterpiece, which is entitled, Mary, just off the title. Here it is. The name of the play is Bertha the Sewing Machine Girl. This famous old play with a cheer, a laugh, a heart throb, a few hisses, and no doubt your money back. However, it was a great success in its day, and I even say as big as Rosie's Irish Race, written by Ann Nichols. Paul.
And you get 5 cents back on each large Canada Dry.
Well, you couldn't say nickels, could you? You couldn't do that, huh? Now, this play, Bertha the Sewing Machine Girl, was a great success in its day, having had such runs as one consecutive night in Perth Amboy, another night at Asbury Park, and then direct to the storehouse where it ran over a year. The members of the original company have been dead for over 35 years, so we have our own all-star cast this evening, which is as good as the cast in Grand Hotel. The members of the original company have been dead for over 35 years, so we have our own all-star cast this evening, which is as good as the cast in Grand Hotel. We think. Of course, what you think is entirely up to you. We have rehearsed faithfully for 5 minutes and will present it to you immediately without the customary break-in out of time. Now, here are some of the original criticisms when the play had its premiere in 1890. Walter Winchell's father. Bertha the Sewing Machine Girl is as fine a play as I've ever looked over a transom at. Ankle over and see it. Ed Sullivan, Sr., Bertha the Sewing Machine Girl will have you in stitches. That wasn't bad. I thought of that myself. George G. Nathan. I saw the play, and as they say in church, he is. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we are reviving this play tonight for your pleasure. Remember the title, Bertha the Sewing Machine Girl. And meanwhile, Ted Weems and his boys will play 12th Street Rag, which is very appropriate. Very
ginger ale made to order by the glass. This way, right here. Right this way, madam. Seats 1 and 3 on the aisle.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for our dramatic offering, Bertha the Sewing Machine Girl. Curtain, music bed. That's supposed to be a sewing machine, folks. Last week we used it for an automobile, you know.
Oh, I'm getting sick and tired of this hard work. All I do is work and toil and slave. This sewing machine is driving me mad. Who is it?
It's the landlord.
Come in.
I'm sorry, Miss Higgins, but I came to tell you that I must foreclose the mortgage.
Oh, can't you wait a little longer? Surely you're not going to drive us out into cold, cold night. What a night.
Hey, a little stronger on the wind, fellas.
What a night.
I've waited long enough. I must have the money in 10 minutes or else I'll foreclose.
Looks like we close at 4.
Remember, 10 minutes. Goodbye.
Oh, what shall I do? What shall I do? Poor father. He will soon be homeless. It's 3 o'clock and Daddy isn't home yet. Here comes Papa now. Hello, Daddy.
Wait till I come in.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, babe. Pardon me, I'm sorry. What are you crying about, Miss Giles?
Oh, I'm so tired of it all. I work hard all day, cooking and scrubbing and washing and so on and so on.
So on what?
So on buttons.
All right, Mary, cut out the joke. Who is there?
Bring it out.
Hey, Clinton, stay out of this sketch, will you?
All right.
Well, daughter, what have we got for supper tonight?
Some nice roast wolf, Daddy.
Roast wolf. You finally let him in, eh?
I suppose you know that the real estate man was here today.
You tell him we don't want any?
He said he'd give us 10 minutes to pay up or die.
AAA program starring Jack Benny and Frank Black's orchestra. And now Frank Black and his orchestra open the program with I Like Mountain Music. Wouldn't you like to receive absolutely free a brand new Chevrolet Fix, any model you want? All right, listen to this. Starting tomorrow is a feature of National Drive a Chevrolet Month. One of those big, fine-looking Chevrolet Fixes will be given away every day, absolutely free. 30 days, 30 cars, 1 car awarded every day. All you have to do is to visit any Chevrolet dealer, drive or ride in a Chevrolet car, then write down on the entry blank, which the dealer will furnish, the reason why you like the new Chevrolet Fix. Remember, in order to enter the contest, you must visit a Chevrolet dealer, get a demonstration, and obtain an entry blank from him. It doesn't matter how many or how few words you use or what kind of writer you are. The best reasons for liking the new Chevrolet, the best in the opinions of the judges, win the free Chevrolet cars. This opportunity is open to any person in the United States over 18 years of age. And one entry makes you eligible for any of the cars given away from the day you enter throughout the balance of the month. So plan now to go to your Chevrolet dealer tomorrow and enter this contest. Your name may be announced over the radio next Friday night as one of the winners of a new Chevrolet Fix. And now, Jack Benny.
Hello, Optimist. This is Jack Benny, the Earth Galloper, coming to you again with all the late news events through the courtesy of the Morning Eye-Opener, the ice and fizz of the world. These late news dispatches come to you by telegraph, cable, mail, female, and wire.
The news service that sees all, says all, and sues all. And am I sorry I started this? The world's latest happenings. Let's go, Frank. London, England. American-owned horse wins the Grand National Derby. When asked if he would remain in England, he said, nay, nay. More Derby news. Frank Black had better buy a new hat. That's for the orchestra boys, you know. San Francisco, California. George Bernard Shaw arrives here to plead for wine, beer, and whiskers. During interview, he says he will match his beard against Anheuser-Busch. Attaboy, George. I like that one. That was good, yes, sir? Now, here, Bombay, India. Weather warmer here. Mahatma Gandhi changes from winter to spring clothes. Napkin missing from local restaurants. Funny how that boy keeps himself in the headlines. New York. People here donate funds to present President Roosevelt with swimming pools. They want to keep them wet, eh? Special radio message from mid-ocean. Garbo tanks come back now and is secretly headed for America. Nobody knows it but the Associated Press. He is traveling on a Swedish boat disguised as a Finnan Hattie. Garbo was signed to meet Clark Gable June the 1st. Hollywood, California. Gable starts training with Strangler Lewis. Walla Walla, Washington. Walla Walla. Conditions improving here, and town is now running on both names.
Jack, can I read one?
Yeah, Mary, go ahead.
Shanghai, China. Jigsaws very popular here. Everybody is riding around in them.
You mean rickshaws. What's that?
Okay.
Winnipeg, Canada. Spring season starts here with 8 feet of snow. Robins seen flying around wearing earmuffs. New York. Groundhog comes out of hole on first day of spring. Listens to our program and goes back in again. Oh, well, you can't please everybody. King Kong, Africa. Missionaries arrive here and find cannibals wilder than ever. Howard, what are they wild about?
They're wild about the new Chevrolet at $445, the only low-price car with a feature no-draft
ventilation. You said it. NBC Studio, New York. Frank Black and his orchestra will play 2 tickets to Georgia. Okay, Frank. Ticket for Georgia, played by Frank Black and his Cotton Club Orchestra. Very good, Frank. Great. Say, Frank, I want to ask you something. You know, after all, I mean, you're a musician. You know music. What do you think? I mean, this is really personal. What do you think of that violin solo I played last Friday on Ladies' Night, you know?
Well, Jack,
Oh, you won't talk, eh?
Well, do you really want me to tell you the truth?
Never mind, Frank. It's a long program. You know, I don't want to go through that. Really?
Oh, Jack.
What is it, Mary? What?
Here's some fan mail you got in answer to your Ladies' Night program last Friday.
Oh, yes. You remember, folks, we had Ladies' Night. Remember last Friday night? We got some very lovely wires and letters regarding that program. Here's one I'd like to read. Here's a wire from the Ladies' Tea Club in Dunk Center, Ohio. It says, we thought your Ladies' Night was a complete failure. We sent our husbands out so we could listen into your program, and we weren't even embarrassed. What happened to the farmer's daughter? She's an old lady now. Here's a letter from Omaha, Nebraska, from a ladies' bridge circle. It says, we heard your program last Friday night. You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time. But this Friday, we're going to bed early. Oh, well, you can't please everybody. Oh, here's one from a man in Lunchwagon, Ohio. It says, congratulations on your Ladies' Night. Did I enjoy... My wife and I haven't been separated in 20 years. But on your Ladies' Night, she gave me the night off and $10. And did I enjoy you? Oh, well, you can't please everybody. Thanks, boys. You just heard from the Chevrolet Sextet. And now James Melton, our own Jimmy, 6 feet 2, bless his little heart, will add a little class to this program by singing that popular Irish ballad, Maybe. Thank you, Jack. You're welcome, Jimmy. Jimmy, before you sing, Jimmy, let me ask you one thing. What did you really think? What did you really think of my violin solo last Friday? You know, I can't get anything out of Frank Black. Tell me the truth, Jimmy. What did you really think of it? Huh?
Well, now, Jack, if you must know, I think you're a swell fellow.
Thanks, but my violin solo, Jimmy. You know.
I think you're a gentleman, a scholar. I think you're one of the finest chaps
I know, Jimmy. Yeah.
You're a fine comedian with a good gift of gab.
But, Jimmy, what did you think of my violin?
That's what I'm coming to. You got personality, magnetism, and a fiddle. But if you can play that fiddle, then my name is Albert Einstein.
Thanks, Albert. Sing, Einstein. What do they know about music? It's not appreciated. Play, Frank.
Oh, maybe so we can remember. Look out from your lattice and see. The world is awaiting your bridal. The air under the sea. The bright dawn before you is singing. The jewels of sunlight and dew. And the joy in my heart, oh, my darling, is singing a welcome to you. Oh, the valley is white with blossoms of May, and true is the heart of your own soul. Who waits for your coming? your deep heart has served you, soaring on your fair hand sky. Your feet the blue ocean has brought you from lands of orange and vine. Your white sail was woven by fairies from beneath of the mountains and the dew, and they wait for your waking, my darling. This morn that will give you to me.
That was Albert Einstein singing, or Jimmy Melton singing Maybe. The next week he will give you his theory on his relatives. And now tonight, folks, just as we forgot to promise you last week, we are going to offer for the big feature of our program a dramatic play. A play of the gay 90s, not the roaring 40s or the bowering 50s, but the gay 90s, when men wore celluloid collars and girls wore 5-piece bathing suits. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to give you our version of that famous Mae West picture, She Done 'Em Wrong. He done 'em wrong, and we're going to do 'em right. Now, the action takes place on the Bowery in New York. The Bowery in those days was equivalent to a punch in the nose, a stolen watch, or both. You have no doubt seen this picture in which Mae West plays the part of a lady known as Lou. Lou was a nice girl, and every man who fell in love with her gave her a diamond. She had 13 sweethearts, which gave her a grand slam in diamonds. Now, the members of our program will play the parts in this show, and Howard Claney will play the parts of a Chevrolet. That you can be sure of. Mary Livingston will take the part of Lou, while I, Jack Benny, the Badimore of the air, will play the part of Cummings, the mission worker. Our supporting cast includes Mr. Ralph Ash, who will assume the role of Spider, the bartender. Mr. Ash has had many years of stage experience, having been 20 years with the old homestead, 30 years with Avy's Irish Rose, and he will be back in the old homestead after tonight's performance. Our little play will go on immediately after the next number, so pick out a good seat close to your radio. First come, first served. And now Frank Black will play a brand new number called The Grass is Getting Greener All the Time. And who do you think is going to sing the chorus? Give up? Mary Livingston. Are you nervous, Mary?
Uh-huh.
Really? This is the first time you know she'll ever be heard in song over the air. If she ever was heard, rather. Mary, what gives you the courage to sing? Huh?
I heard you play the violin last week.
Yes. What repartee? Play, Frank.
the weather ahead will soon be dry. And I think she's right, 'cause the grass gets greener all the time. And the lovey just said when the roses are red, we'll name the day. And I'm glad to say that the grass getting greener all the time. Isn't wonderful? Well, am I glad that I fell? Does he go for me? Well, we're both saving for the ring. With a tweedle dundee, all the birdies and me. We heard our song, and it won't be long, 'cause the grass getting greener every day.
Fine, Mary. That was swell. Were you nervous? Did you hear it, Ma? I bet Babe is jealous. Yeah. Ah, that was fine, Mary. Oh, Mary.
Mr. Livingston to you.
Oh, I see. That's the way they are when they get up in the world. Well, now for our play. We've done him right. The opening scene takes place in Spider Webb's bar room on the Bowery in the year 1898. You ready, boys? Everything set? All right, Frank. A little curtain. Hey, wait a minute, Frank. Wait, this is a Mae West play. Wait a minute. Oh, make it again.
Come on, boys. Step up to the bar and have one on the house. What's it going to be? One vanilla punch. I'll have a tutti frutti with a fudge shaker. One tutti coming up. Make ahead, Mike. Make mine a banana split straight.
Drunkards, all of them. Yea and verily. Just a lot of forgotten souls. But they can be saved.
I never did like that snooper. The less I see of him around this joint, the better I like it.
Who's he, Spider?
Why, that's Cummings, the guy that runs the mission next door.
Oh, yeah? Well, give me another pineapple crush. And make mine a beer.
Not till April 7th. The scene now changes to Miss Lou's dressing room on the 3rd floor.
Auntie and Johnny were sweethearts. Da-da-da-dee-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-dum-dum-dum.
Hello. Says we? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You want to speak to Miss Lou? Yes, sir. She's here. Just a minute, I'll call her.
Who is it, Belinda?
It's that Mr. Cummings from the mission. He wants to speak to you all.
Oh, that mission guy, eh? It's about time he called. Hello, dark and handsome. So you finally decided to call me, eh? Well, what's on your mind, big boy? Listen, hon, why don't you come up sometime? I say, why don't you come up sometime? You'll be right over? Okay, sugar. So long. Well, Belinda, take that bucket and bring me my diamond.
Miss Lou, you sure is like the Northwest Mountains. You always get your man.
Why, Belinda, you have your boyfriends too, haven't you?
Just anything, Andy.
How about the Kingsford?
Sure enough, this is Friday.
Did I write that line?
Who is it?
I think it's Spider, Miss Lou. I must have fly. Out.
That was me, folks. Mary, stick to your character.
Hello, Lou.
Oh, it's you, Spider.
Listen, Lou, I just heard some bad news.
Fill it.
Your old sweetheart, Chick Anderson, just broke out of the pen, and he's coming here to get you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and he's plenty sore. You should have gone up to see him, Lou.
So Chick flew the coop, eh?
Yeah, Chick flew the coupe. And the six-cylinder coupe Chevrolet for $445 is the best buy on the market today.
Howard, this play is bad enough. Stay out of it, will you, please?
I'm just tipping you off to be careful, Lou. Now, let me tell you another thing. There's something screwy about that missionary guy Cummings.
What do you mean?
I mean this. He ain't no missionary guy at all. He's a new stick around here they call the Hawk.
The Hawk? How do you know?
I saw the picture.
I was with him, folks. He's right, I was with him. We saw the picture.
So that's the Hawk, eh? Well, leave him to me, Spider, and I'll scram. So that missionary guy is the Hawk, eh? Oh, well, he can be a pain. Cylindra, you can go if you want to.
Thank you, Miss Lou, because I've got to take my little brother to the doctor. He ain't feeling so good.
What's the matter? Is he six-cylinder?
Yes, and the Chevrolet is the best six-cylinder car in the low-price field.
Thanks, Cylindra. Here's your $1.
Hey, if you need me next week, I can do Irish, too.
Beat it, will you?
I wonder what's keeping that guy coming. Where can it be?
I'm coming. My head am bended low.
Come in.
Wait till I knock on the door.
Oh. Come in. Hello, dark and handsome.
Hello, sweet and careless.
Sit down, big boy. I was afraid you weren't coming up. How'd you get away from the mission?
I was missing you, Lou. I tried to stay away, but I couldn't.
Oh, yeah?
It's the truth, Lou. I can't sleep. I don't eat. I can't think. I keep trying to forget you, Lou, but I can't.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you're beautiful, Lou. Your hair is like the golden sunshine. Your eyes shine like the diamonds on your wrist. And your teeth are like pearls. Of course, pearl teeth are no bargain either, you know. Kiss me, Lou. Kiss me.
Take it easy, Flatfoot. Now get this and get this straight. You ain't putting nothing over on me. You ain't bringing me bracelets. You're bringing me handcuffs. And they ain't no good to me because I sing with gestures.
Well, I'm gesture gigolo. Gesture gigolo. Me singing, folks.
I'm wise to you, big boy. You're the Hawk.
Yes, I'm the Hawk.
Well, then Hawk these diamonds. I gotta get out of town before Chick gets here.
Who is that?
Lou. Chick is on his way up here, and he's toting a gun. You better beat it.
You better get out of here, Cummings, because Chick hates me, too. He'll kill both of us.
No, Lou, no, I can't leave you alone. I'm going to stay here and protect you.
Don't worry about me. I can handle him. Quick, hide in that closet.
All right. Goodbye, Lou.
So long, handsome. Come up again sometime.
I'm in Lou's closet now, folks.
Hello, Jack.
Frank Black, what are you doing here?
Well, believe it or not, Chick hates me, too.
Oh, Mavis, the birds are calling.
Jimmy Nelson, what are you doing here?
I'm Lou's singing teacher, and Chick hates me, too.
My goodness, Chick hates all of us.
But he can't hate the Chevrolet 6, the most dependable car on the road.
Hooray!
Next week, folks, from May West to East Lynn, a play of the South.
For the benefit of those who have tuned in late, let me repeat. Starting tomorrow and continuing throughout the month of April as a feature of National Drive a Chevrolet Month, a brand new Chevrolet 6, America's largest selling motor car, will be given away every day absolutely free. 30 days, 30 cars. One car every day. So if you would like to win a new Chevrolet, visit any Chevrolet dealer. Take a trial drive in a new Chevrolet 6. Find out what it means to ride in a big, comfortable Fisher body car. A smooth, speedy, responsive 6. Get acquainted with Fisher no-DOS ventilation, the starterator, and other new Chevrolet inventions. Then after your ride is over, write down on an official entry blank, which you must get from the Chevrolet dealer,
your reasons for liking the new Chevrolet 6. And if you're thinking of buying a new Chevrolet right away, you have all the more reason for doing so at once. For if you do buy a Chevrolet between now and the end of the contest, and then win a free car, you have the option of accepting either a free car or cash equivalent to the free car's retail delivered price. So be sure to see your Chevrolet dealer right away and find out how easy it is to win a new Chevrolet 6, absolutely free.
Good night, folks. Good night.
The Chevrolet program starring Jack Benny with Frank Black and his orchestra. Frank Black opens the program with the start of the big parade. Just a word now about the National Drive a Chevrolet Radio Contest, which still has well over a week to go. This contest features the giving away absolutely free of 30 new Chevrolet cars during April. So far, entries have been received from all types and all classes of people: taxi drivers, storekeepers, doctors, elevator boys, farmers, clerks, policemen, factory workers. And one of the most interesting things about the entries already received is the way so many people emphasize Chevrolet economy. Some talk gasoline mileage and mention figures of 20 miles to the gallon, 22, 24, often higher. Others write about Chevrolet's very low oil consumption. And nearly everybody entering the contest has something good to say about Chevrolet's dependability, its unusual capacity to stand up and take punishment month after month without having to run to the service station. Have you made your entry as yet in Chevrolet's radio contest? Have you gone to a dealer, taken a ride in the car, and written down on the entry blank your own particular reasons for liking the new Chevrolet? If not, by all means get started now before it's too late. The contest lasts only 9 days longer, and the quicker you get your entry in, the better your chances of winning a new Chevrolet 6 absolutely free. Incidentally, later in the program, we shall announce the names of 7 persons who have been chosen as the winners of the free cars given away during the past week. Listen for this announcement. And now, Jack Benny.
Hello again. This is Jack Benny, the Earth Galloper, coming to you with all the late news events through the courtesy of the Friday Evening Poll. All the news that's print to fit, or flip to print, or fit to flip. The news that gets in your hair and comes to you by hair mail, telegraph, Gable, Beery, and Crawford. This is the April of Time talking.
You mean the market time?
This is April, Mary.
Okay.
All right, Frank, let's go. London, England, April 19th. George Bernard Shaw lands here today, and 2 stowaways leap from his beard. When asked what they were doing in Shaw's beard, they said, believe it or not, we're working on reforestation. You know, folks, taking out the old roots. Oh, well. It's in New York. Smith brothers say they will sue Bernard Shaw for copyright infringement and make him cough up. Mr. Benny, huh? Weekly report from Bombay, India. Mahatma Gandhi missing 4 days and found disguised as a chocolate Easter egg. April 19th. Baseball season starts here with a bang. Pitcher throws first ball into government building, putting 3 officials out. 2 hits, 5 runs, and presidency looking at timetable. Rome, Alaska, April 20th. Cuban president arrives here safely. Local baseball news, Benton Harbor, Michigan. Barbers College, trim house of Davis team. Score 6-5 or 7-5 with hair ties. Shanghai, China. Baseball season opens here at Clue. First game held at Yangtze Stadium. Yankees beat one White Sox. Babe Ruth Socky home run. Glasgow, Scotland. Jigsaw craze rapidly catching on here. Local stores selling one-piece jigsaw puzzles. Hollywood, California. Greta Garbo arrived here today. When informed of new salary cuts, he laid off 3 chiropoders. Cannes, France. A little late with that laugh, fellas. Cannes, former mayor James J. Walker of New York wed Betty Thompson, musical comedy star. Jimmy writes new song entitled, Will You Love Me in December as You Did in France? They will occupy a villa on the Riviera.
Oh, Jack.
What?
I know a song about Riviera.
What is it?
Riviera here keeps so sweet, sweet, sweet. Ouch!
Rome, Italy. Italian aviator breaks airplane record by flying at the rate of 7 miles in 1 minute.
What time's it, Jack?
A man following him in a Chevrolet.
Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome, Howard. I got that one in, didn't I, huh? Yes, sir. Washington, D.C. President Roosevelt takes country off the gold standard. 3 goldfish turn gray overnight. But there's nothing to worry about, folks. It merely means that the money is being equalized all over the world. For instance, the French franc is now worth 4.5 cents, but the Coney Island franc is still a nickel. The German mark gained 1 point, while the 4 Marx brothers dropped 2 and are now on the air as a team. Now, the Swiss franc, if you care for combination sandwiches, has gained 90 pounds and is now 21 cents. But if you prefer a plain Swiss, it'll be 10 cents as usual. Of course, this condition will mean inflation. So the English pound will be $3.89, Sophie Tucker will be $2.65, and Paul Whiteman will be back to $2.90.
But the Chevrolet still remains $4.45, making it the best buy ever offered to the public.
You said it, Howard. Play, editor, play. Speaking of the devil, played by Frank Black and his devil-may-care laddies. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to step away from our regular program for just a moment and do something that really takes a lot of nerve. And this is on the level. In fact, I don't know whether I'm going to get away with it or not. But I had dinner this evening with a very dear friend of mine whom you all know, and I promised him that if he came up here to our broadcast tonight, I would not call on him, but the temptation is too great. Really, I can't resist it. So I'm going to ask this gentleman just to say hello to you, if he will. And anyway, it is with great pride and pleasure that I introduce to you the famous star of stage and screen, Mr. Edward G. Robinson. Oh, come on, Eddie. No, wait a minute. Just for a second, you know. mighty nice. You nervous? You nervous?
Come back on your word. All right, Jack, but you lied to me.
I know. I couldn't help it, Eddie.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is as much of a surprise to me as I know it must be to you. Nevertheless, I'm very happy to have this opportunity to say hello to my friends and to thank them for their good wishes on my having become a father.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Say, Eddie. Say, Eddie, listen. Eddie, why didn't you bring the kid along up here? You could have done that, you know.
Oh, no, Jack. I'm bringing that boy up right.
Yeah, right.
In that little nursery of mine,
yes.
I set up a shooting gallery.
Oh, I see.
And this is his hour for target practice.
Oh, already, I see. You're starting that already. Well, look at Eddie. Eddie, one thing you say, I want to ask, I know you're dying to sit down, but I want to ask you one thing. What character, I really want to know this, I know a lot of people do, what character do you like best to play on the screen?
Well, now, I'll tell you, Jack.
What?
You ought to see this kid of mine.
I know.
No, really. He gets up every morning.
I know, Eddie, really. I appreciate that, Eddie, yes. But what I meant to ask you, I mean, what character do you like to play on the screen?
Well, Jack, and this kid's bright. Really? Not because he's mine, but everybody that comes in contact with him will tell you the same thing.
I know.
You know, he spoke his first words yesterday.
Really? What did he...
Now, what do you think he said?
What?
Gaga.
No kidding. Huh? Really? Gaga? No kidding. I can't,
Yeah, I know it sounds silly. It isn't the word that's Gaga, but it's the thought that he puts behind.
I know what I mean. Yes, well, yes, I can see that. There must be a very sweet thought connected with Gaga. Yes, I can see that. Yes.
The essence of that.
I know, but look at Eddie. Oh, you're ad-libbing, eh? Now, look at Eddie. No, wait a minute. I want to... No, really, but I'm serious about this. What character do you like to play on the screen?
What character? That kid can play any character.
I know, Eddie. Well, I got into this.
Well, I'll tell you, Jack,
what?
if you're going to send me down to that, there's no character I'd rather play in the part of a father.
Well, I don't blame you, Eddie, and thanks very, very much. It's mighty, mighty sweet of you to come up here. Now, really, that was swell. Eddie, I want to tell you, really, this is the finest tribute that I've ever had taken. I really do.
Jack, was that Eddie G. Roberts in the movie star?
Yes, Mary.
Oh, I think he's swell. You know, I saw him in a Shakespearean picture, Julius Caesar.
Mary, you mean Little Caesar. Little Caesar.
Oh, no wonder Cleopatra wasn't in it.
Sit down, will you, Mary, please?
Say, Jack. Jack, weren't you in Hollywood, too?
Oh, sure, Frank. I was there 2 years. You know, I made about 17 screen tests. Yes, I did. There were...
Well, didn't I see you in the Grand Hotel?
Yeah, but don't say anything. I was supposed to be at a meeting that night. You know what I mean? But Frank, I really did make a few feature pictures. I was in one called The Hollywood Review, then I made a couple of others, too.
I never hear you talk about it.
Well, I'm modest, you know.
And I don't talk about it either.
Well, they're modest, too, Frank. But, really, I had an offer, Frank, to go back to Hollywood recently. They want me to work with Tom Mix. Want to sort of team up with him,
Team up with Tom Mix? What's the matter? Is Tony sick?
Frank. Oh, God. Frank, professional courtesy. You know what I mean?
Jack.
What?
Mickey Mouse is in the picture. Maybe you could play that.
Folks, the way we get by with these moving picture jokes is a cinema. Oh, Mr. Benny, please, I'm apologizing. Well, I must not tarry any longer. And now we're going to have a song by your old friend, Jimmy. James Melton will sing L'amour, toujours l'amour. Is that it? No. By Rudolph Rimmer. Say, Jimmy, that's a little French number, isn't it?
Yes, Jack. You don't speak French, do you?
Oui, Chevrolet Coupé.
That's not French.
I know, but it's time to mention our product. Play, Frank, play.
I found you at last. In my heart is a song. I dream not love in the past. I have waited for you so long. In toujours l'amour. Love, now at last I found you. Hold me and hold me always. Thrill me and feel all my days. And with your banner on me. L'amour, toujours l'amour. Sing to me slow, sweet, old story. Yearning, burning glory. And hold me always. Thrill me and feel all my days. And with your smile on me. Toujours l'amour. Sing to me all sweet, all story. Yearning, burning glory.
And now, folks, I know that a lot of you are sitting on the edge of your chairs waiting to hear if you've won a car in the Chevrolet radio contest. So Howard Claney will promise not to give you a selling talk. You won't, Howard, now, huh? All right, I'll give him a minute to announce the names of this week's winners. Good luck, folks. I hope you win a car. Go ahead, Howard.
The names of the winners of the 3 Chevrolet cars given away for the period from April 12th through and including April 18th. Are you ready? So first, Center Port, Long Island, New York. Gordon McRae. Second, Frederick, Maryland. William D. Bowers. Third, Minneapolis, Minnesota. S. H. Pedersen. Fourth, New Orleans, Louisiana. D. G. Dumas. Fifth, San Francisco, California. Mrs. William Liza. Sixth, Rosedale, Mississippi. Miss Patty R. Sanders. Seventh, Manistee, Michigan. Mrs. Elizabeth Dudley Matson. Congratulations. Now, all that you winners have to do is visit your Chevrolet dealers, pick out the body type you want, and your car will be delivered to you absolutely free with a compliment of Chevrolet. Next week, another group of winners will be announced. So if you weren't so fortunate tonight, maybe your name will be announced next week. Listen in and see.
Well, Howard, you made quite a few people happy tonight.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have another big surprise for you. This evening we are going to present that great heart-throbbing drama, the play that made your parents weep and your grandparents cry. That old masterpiece, Why Gals Leave Home. Now, we don't guarantee to make you cry tonight, but you will at least be sore. And as we cannot hand out programs, I will announce the cast. The part of Nell Weathersby, the daughter, will be played by Mary Livingston. Felicia, the mother, by Blanche Stewart. Mr. Zeke Melton will appear as the lover, Pete Clamey the villain, while I, Jack Lewis Stone Benny, the father. Now, the first scene is in the old homestead, a garden in the front, a garage in the back, and 2 letters from the landlord on the stoop. Before the play goes on, we will have a little overture by the orchestra. Okay, Frank. In the first 2 acts, I think. And now for our play, Why Gals Leave Home. The first scene is in the kitchen of the Weathersby house. Wait till I get my wig on, folks. Mary, did you see my wig anyplace?
Yes, Jack, it walked away.
Well, never mind. Places, everybody. Music, Frank. Curtains.
The telephone is ringing, Lemuel.
Well, let it ring. It always does at the start of our plays, and I'm getting sick of it.
Oh, Lemuel, do you know what day this is?
Yes, Felicia, it's our anniversary. Our 20th anniversary. I think I'll go out and kill a chicken.
Well, why blame the poor chicken?
Oh, I see. Well, I was just thinking. Felicia, our daughter Nell is getting nigh on to 18, and she's still hanging around the old homestead. Why don't that gal get out like other gals do and forget us old folks?
Well, Nell loves her home. She has no reason to leave here. And besides, what could she do out in the world by herself?
Well, she could go to the big city. A gal like her could always scrape up a glass of beer. And if she plays her cards right, maybe a pretzel, too.
Well, I don't think she cares for pretzels.
Oh.
Besides, I spoke to her and she won't leave home.
That's because she don't know why gals leave home. She's getting at that age now where we got to tell her. Here she comes now. I'll speak to her.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
When they close all the nightclubs, there's no place like home. Oh, Nell?
Yes,
Nell.
Daddy?
What you doing?
Well, I just chopped some wood, and I'm going to scrub the floors and then go out and paint the old barn. Gee, I love this place.
Oh, you do, eh? Well, I guess it's our fault. Sit down, Nell. We'll have a bite of dinner, then I want to talk to you.
What are we going to have for dinner, Daddy?
Oh, just some jigsaw lunch. Mother's putting the pieces of meat together now.
I just love hash.
Who's that?
Must be the landlord.
Well, tell him we don't want any.
Oh, Jack, just another thing I forgot to tell you about my baby.
Oh, Mr. Robinson, wait a minute. Listen, Mr. Robinson, please, we're acting. We're acting. We're acting.
Oh, well, I couldn't tell.
Oh, yes, I see. Hello? It's for you, Nell. It's that Zeke Melton. He's been calling you twice a year. I think he's stuck on you.
Hello? Oh, hello, Broken Hampton. Why don't you come up sometime?
Nell.
What's that? No, Zeke. I can never marry you. Never. Besides, I have to ask Father. Oh, Daddy, Zeke wants me to marry him.
Well, it's all right with me, gal. He's a nice boy.
Father said no, Zeke. What's that? You're coming right over? All right, goodbye.
Hey, what's the matter with you, Nell, anyway? Why don't you marry Zeke?
Because I'm Zeke and tired of him.
Oh, I see. Why don't I give myself those jokes?
Besides, I love this home and I'll never leave.
Well, you might as well, because we'll all be thrown out next month. Oh, I see. Ian seems to be glad of that. Come in.
Hi there, folks.
Hello, Zeke. Got here quick.
Sit down and have a bite of dinner with us.
No, sir, I ate here once. Got sick of the dog, too.
Well, I noticed the resemblance. What's on your mind, Pete?
Well, Mr. Weatherby, I'll tell you. I come here to ask for your daughter's hand.
Yeah?
I love Nell, and I want to marry her.
Yeah?
Now, do I get her or do I not?
Well, take her, Zeke, and good luck to you.
Uh-huh, so you're going to stand in the way, eh? Well, I'm going to fight till I get it.
Hey, Jimmy, are you reading the wrong lines?
Lines or no lines, I love Nell.
But, Pete.
Now, listen, Nell. We'll have to elope. Be ready at 9 o'clock tonight, and I'll come to your window with a ladder.
You're supposed to whisper that.
Oh. Remember, 9 o'clock tonight.
Hey, you better make that 10. I go to bed at 9.
Okay. That's all right. Goodbye, Nell.
I'd rather marry Dracula than that Duke Melton.
Well, you can't expect to get one of those movie stars. Huh? You better go to bed now.
We now go into scene 2 at the window of Nell's room. It is 10 o'clock and pitch dark.
Oh, Nell.
Is that you, Duke Melton?
No, it's me, Frank Black. Zeke couldn't come tonight.
Did you bring your orchestra, Frank? Where are you?
I'm up here on the ladder. Hurry up, we've got to get away.
No, I can't leave home. I won't leave. Besides, you have to ask Father.
Where is your father?
I'm down here holding the ladder. Better hurry up now before Frank changes his mind. You know Zeke did.
Yes, Nell. Come away with me and I'll make you happy.
No, 1,000 times no.
Better make that 200. It's a short program.
I can never marry you, Frank Black.
All right, then. Farewell. Farewell, cruel world.
What are you going to do, Frank? Kill yourself?
No, I'm going to kill Zeke. It's his gal.
Yeah. Looks like I'll never get rid of that daughter of mine. Who's that?
It's me, Pete Claney.
Hello, Pete. What are you doing here this time of night?
I love your daughter and I want to marry her.
You too? Hey, Frank, get off the ladder and make room for Pete. Be careful there, Pete. Don't fall.
Nell.
Who is it this time?
It's me, Pete Claney. I've come to take you away from here.
No, Pete, I can never leave home unless I have a good reason.
For heaven's sake, Pete, give her a reason.
I love you, Nell. Isn't that enough?
No, love isn't everything.
Give her another reason, Pete.
I have money, loads and loads of it.
Pete, if she turns you down this time, I'll marry her.
I don't care for money.
That's only in the play, folks.
And another thing, Nell. I have a car.
What kind of a car?
Here it comes, folks. Here it comes. A Chevrolet, the most dependable car in the low-price field.
Chevrolet, that's what I've been waiting to hear. Goodbye, Daddy. Goodbye. I'm going with Pete.
Another victory for Chevrolet. The reason why gals leave home. Goodbye, now. Why Gals Leave Home. And next week we will play Why Gals Come Back. And now Mary Livingston Weathersby will sing It's Great to Be Alive.
Left in Chevrolet's radio contest. Only 9 more days in which you'll have the opportunity to win a new Chevrolet 6 absolutely free. So by all means, get over to your Chevrolet dealers without further delay. And remember, if you buy a new Chevrolet during the period of the contest and then win a free car, you have your choice of accepting either the free car or its equivalent in cash. Chevrolet offers every motor car buyer and every winner in the contest his choice of 11 big 6-cylinder models priced from $445 to $565, FOB, Flint, Michigan.
Mary didn't have a chance to sing for you, but it's a little late now. And again, I want to thank Mr. Robinson for appearing on this program. I hope he makes me an offer for the picture rights of our plays. Well, let's go, Mary.
All right, Lem.
Jack's the name. Good night, folks.
This is the National Broadcasting Company. The Chevrolet program starring Jack Benny with Frank Black and his orchestra. Frank Black opens the program with the start of the big parade. Just a word now about the National Drive a Chevrolet radio contest, which still has well over a week to go. This contest features the giving away absolutely free of 30 new Chevrolet cars during April. So far, entries have been received from all types and all classes of people: taxi drivers, storekeepers, doctors, elevator boys, farmers, clerks, policemen, factory workers. And one of the most interesting things about the entries already received is the way so many people emphasize Chevrolet economy. Some talk gasoline mileage and mention figures of 20 miles to the gallon, 22, 24, often higher. Others write about Chevrolet's very low oil consumption. And nearly everybody entering the contest has something good to say about Chevrolet's dependability, its unusual capacity to stand up and take punishment month after month without having to run to the service station. Have you made your entry as yet in Chevrolet's radio contest? Have you gone to a dealer, taken a ride in the car, and written down on the entry blank your own particular reasons for liking the new Chevrolet? If not, by all means get started now before it's too late. The contest lasts only 9 days longer, and the quicker you get your entry in, the better your chances of winning a new Chevrolet fixed absolutely free. Incidentally, later in the program, we shall announce the names of 7 persons who have been chosen as the winners of the free cars given away during the past week. Listen for this announcement. And now, Jack Benny.
Hello again. This is Jack Benny, the Earth Galloper, coming to you with all the late news events through the courtesy of the Friday Evening Poll. All the news that's print to fit, or flip to print, or fit to flip. The news that gets in your hair and comes to you by hair mail, telegraph, Gable, Beery, and Crawford. This is the April of Time talking.
You mean the March of Time?
This is April, Mary.
Okay.
All right, Frank, let's go. London, England, April 19th. George Bernard Shaw lands here today, and 2 stowaways leap from his beard. When asked what they were doing in Shaw's beard, they said, believe it or not, we're working on reforestation. You know, folks, taking out the old roots. Oh, well. Dixie, New York. Smith brothers say they will sue Bernard Shaw for copyright infringement and make him cough up. Mr. Benny, huh? Weekly report from Bombay, India. Mahatma Gandhi missing 4 days and found disguised as a chocolate Easter egg. April 19th. Baseball season starts here with a bang. Pitcher throws first ball into government building, putting 3 officials out. 2 hits, 5 runs, and President seen looking at timetable. Nome, Alaska, April 20th. Cuban president arrives here safely. Local baseball news, Benton Harbor, Michigan. Barber's College Trim House of David P. Score 6-5 or 7-5 with hair tonic. Shanghai, China. Lace ball season opens here at Clue. First game held at Yangtze Stadium. Yangtze beat 1 White Sox. Babe Ruth Socky home run. Glasgow, Scotland. Jigsaw craze rapidly catching on here. Local stores selling one-piece jigsaw puzzles. Hollywood, California. Greta Garbo arrived here today. When informed of new salary cuts, she laid off 3 chiropodists. Cannes, France. A little late with that laugh, fellas. Cannes. Former mayor James J. Walker of New York wed Betty Compton, musical comedy star. Jimmy writes new song entitled, Will You Love Me in December as You Did in France? They will occupy a villa on the Riviera.
Oh, Jack.
What?
I know a song about Riviera.
What is it?
Riviera here keeps those 3 feet out.
Rome, Italy. Italian aviator breaks airplane record by flying at the rate of 7 miles in 1 minute.
What time's it, Jack?
A man following him in a Chevrolet.
Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome, Howard. I got that one in, didn't I, huh? Yes, sir. Washington, D.C. President Roosevelt takes country off the gold standard. 3 goldfish turn gray overnight. But there's nothing to worry about, folks. It merely means that the money is being equalized all over the world. For instance, the French franc is now worth 4.5 cents, but the Coney Island franc is still a nickel. The German mark gained 1 point, while the 4 Marx brothers dropped 2 and are now on the air as a team. Now, the Swiss franc, if you care for combination sandwiches, has gained 90 pounds and is now 21 cents. But if you prefer a plain Swiss, it'll be 10 cents as usual. Of course, this condition will mean inflation. So the English pound will be $3.89, Sophie Tucker will be $2.65, and Paul Whiteman will be back to $2.90.
But the Chevrolet still remains $4.45, making it the best buy ever offered to the public.
You said it, Howard. Play, editor, play. Speaking of the Devil, played by Frank Black and his devil-may-care laddies. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to step away from our regular program for just a moment and do something that really takes a lot of nerve. And this is on the level. In fact, I don't know whether I'm going to get away with it or not. But I had dinner this evening with a very dear friend of mine whom you all know, and I promised him that if he came up here to our broadcast tonight, I would not call on him, but the temptation is too great. Really, I can't resist it. So I'm going to ask this gentleman just to say hello to you, if he will. And anyway, it is with great pride and pleasure that I introduce to you the famous star of stage and screen, Mr. Edward G. Robinson. Oh, come on, Eddie. wait a minute. Just for a second, you know. Mighty nice. You nervous? You nervous?
Right back on your word. All right, Jack, but you lied to me.
I know. I couldn't help it, Eddie, really.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is as much of a surprise to me as I know it must be to you. Nevertheless, I am very happy to have this opportunity to say hello to my friends and to thank them for their good wishes on my having become a father.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Say, Eddie. Say, Eddie, listen. Eddie, why didn't you bring the kid along up here? You could have done that, you know.
Oh, no, Jack. I'm bringing that boy up right.
Yeah, right.
In that little nursery of mine,
yes.
I set up a shooting gallery.
Oh, I see.
And this is his hour for target practice.
Oh, already, I see. You're starting that already. Well, look at Eddie. Eddie, one thing you say, I want to ask, I know you're dying to sit down, but I want to ask you one thing. What character, I really want to know this, I know a lot of people do, what character do you like best to play on the screen?
Well, now, I'll tell you, Jack.
What?
You ought to see this kid of mine.
I know.
No, really. He gets up every morning.
I know, Eddie, really. I appreciate that, Eddie, yes. But what I meant to ask you, I mean, what character do you like to play on the screen?
Well, Jack, and this kid's bright. Really? Not because he's mine, but everybody that comes in contact with him will tell you the same thing.
I know.
You know, he spoke his first word yesterday.
Really? What did he?
Now, what do you think he said?
What?
Gaga.
No kidding.
Huh? Really? Gaga?
No kidding. I can't, huh?
Yeah, I know it sounds silly. It isn't the word, just Gaga, but it's the thought that he puts behind
I know what yes, I can see that. There must be a very sweet thought connected with Gaga. Yes, I can see that, yes.
The essence of it.
I know, but look at Eddie. Oh, you're ad-libbing, eh? Now, look at Eddie. No, wait a minute. Now, no, really, but I'm serious about this. What character do you like to play on the screen?
What character? That kid can play any character.
I know, Eddie. Well, I got into this.
Well, I'll tell you, Jack,
what?
if you're going to pin me down to that, there's no character I'd rather play in the part of a father.
Well, I don't blame you, Eddie, and thanks very, very much. It's mighty sweet of you to come up here. And really, that was swell. Eddie, I want to tell you, really, this is the finest tribute that I've ever had taken. I really mean it.
Jack. Jack, was that Eddie G. Robinson, the movie star?
Yes, Mary.
Oh, I think he's swell. You know, I saw him in a Shakespearean picture, Julius Caesar.
Mary, you mean Little Caesar. Little Caesar.
Oh, no wonder Cleopatra wasn't in it.
Sit down, will you, Mary, please?
Say, Jack. Oh, Jack, weren't you in Hollywood, too?
Oh, sure, Frank. I was there 2 years. You know, I made about 17 screen tests. Yes, I did. There were...
Well, didn't I see you in the Grand Hotel?
Yeah, but don't say anything. I was supposed to be at a meeting that night. You know what I mean? But Frank, I really did make a few feature pictures. Now, I was in one called The Hollywood Review, then I made a couple of others, too.
I never hear you talk about it.
Well, I'm modest, you know.
And I don't talk about it either.
Well, they're modest, too, Frank. But, really, I had an offer, Frank, to go back to Hollywood recently. They want me to work with Tom Mix. I want to sort of team up with him,
Team up with Tom Mix? What's the matter? Is Tony sick?
Frank. Oh, God. Frank, professional courtesy. You know what I mean?
Jack.
What?
The Mickey Mouse's new picture. Maybe you could play that.
Folks, the way we get by with these moving picture jokes is a cinema. Oh, Mr. Benny, please, I'm apologizing. Well, I must not tarry any longer. And now we're going to have a song by your old friend Jimmy. James Melton will sing L'amour, toujours l'amour. Is that it?
No.
By Rudolph Rimmel. Say, Jimmy, that's a little French number, isn't it?
Yes, Jack. You don't speak French, do you?
Oui, Chevrolet Coupe.
That's not French.
I know, but it's time to mention our product, Play, Frank, play.
I found you at last in my heart is a song. I dream of love in the past. I have waited for you so long, for all l'amour, toujours l'amour. Love, now at last I found you. Hold me and hold me always. Thrill me and fill all my days, and weave your span around me. L'amour, toujours l'amour. Sing to me, love sweet, old story. Yearning, turning, glory. Hold me always. Thrill me and fill all my days, and weave your span around me. L'amour, toujours l'amour. Sing to me, oh sweet old story. Yearning, burning glory.
And now, folks, I know that a lot of you are sitting on the edge of your chairs waiting to hear if you won a car in the Chevrolet radio contest. So Howard Claney will promise not to give you a selling talk. You won't, Howard, now, huh? All right, I'll give him a minute to announce the names of this week's winners. Good luck, folks. I hope you win a car. Go ahead, Howard.
The names of the winners of the free Chevrolet cars given away for the period from April 12th through and including April 18th. Are you ready? Well, first, Center Court, Long Island, New York. Gordon McRae. Second, Frederick, Maryland. William D. Bowers. Third, Minneapolis, Minnesota. S. H. Pedersen. Fourth, New Orleans, Louisiana. D. G. Dumas. Fifth, San Francisco, California. Mrs. William Liza. Sixth, Rosedale, Mississippi. Miss Patty R. Sanders. Seventh, Manistee, Michigan. Mrs. Elizabeth Dudley Matson. Congratulations. Now, all that you winners have to do is visit your Chevrolet dealers, pick out the body type you want, and your car will be delivered to you absolutely free with a compliment of Chevrolet. Next week, another group of winners will be announced. So if you weren't so fortunate tonight, maybe your name will be announced next week. Listen in and see.
Well, Howard, you made quite a few people happy tonight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have another big surprise for you. This evening, we are going to present that great heart-throbbing drama, the play that made your parents weep and your grandparents cry. That old masterpiece, Why Gals Leave Home. Now, we don't guarantee to make you cry tonight, but you will at least be sore. And as we cannot hand out programs, I will announce the cast. The part of Nell Weathersby, the daughter, will be played by Mary Livingston. Felicia, the mother, by Blanche Stewart. Mr. Zeke Melton will appear as the lover. Pete Claney, the villain, while I, Jack Lewis Stone Benny, the father. Now, the first scene is in the old homestead, a garden in the front, a garage in the back, and 2 letters from the landlord on the stoop. Before the play goes on, we will have a little overture by the orchestra. Okay, Frank. In the first 2 acts, I think. And now for our play, Why Gals Leave Home. The first scene is in the kitchen of the Weathersby house. Wait till I get my wig on, folks. Mary, did you see my wig anyplace?
Yes, Jack, it walked away.
Well, never mind. Places, everybody. Music, Frank. Curtain.
The telephone is ringing, Lemuel.
Well, let it ring. It always does at the start of our plays, and I'm getting sick of it.
Oh, Lemuel, do you know what day this is?
Yes, Felicia, it's our anniversary. Our 20th anniversary. I think I'll go out and kill a chicken.
Well, why blame the poor chicken?
Oh, I see. Well, I was just thinking. Felicia, our daughter Nell is getting nigh on to 18, and she's still hanging around the old homestead. Why don't that gal get out like other gals do and forget us old folks?
Well, Nell loves her home, and she has no reason to leave here. And besides, what could she do out in the world by herself?
Well, she could go to the big city. A gal like her could always scrape up a glass of beer. And if she plays her cards right, maybe a pretzel, too.
Well, I don't think she cares for pretzels.
Oh.
Besides, I spoke to her, and she won't leave home.
That's because you don't know why gals leave home. She's getting at that age now where we got to tell her. Here she comes now. I'll speak to her.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
When they close all the nightclubs, there's no place like home. Oh, Nell?
Yes,
Nell.
Daddy?
What you doing?
Well, I just chopped some wood, and I'm going to scrub the floors and then go out and paint the old barn. Gee, I love this place.
Oh, you do, eh? Well, I guess it's our fault. Sit down, Nell. We'll have a bite of dinner, then I want to talk to you.
What are we going to have for dinner, Daddy?
Oh, just some jigsaw lunch. Mother's putting the pieces of meat together now.
I just love her.
Who's that?
Must be the landlord.
Well, tell him we don't want any.
Oh, Jack, just another thing I forgot to tell you about my baby.
Oh, Mr. Robinson, wait a minute. Listen, Mr. Robinson, please, we're acting. We're acting. We're acting.
Oh, well, I couldn't tell.
Oh, yes, Hello? Hello? It's for you, Nell. It's that Zeke Melton. He's been calling you twice a year. I think he's stuck on you.
Hello? Oh, hello, Broken Hanson. Why don't you come up sometime?
Nell.
What's that? No, Zeke. I can never marry you. Never. Besides, I'll have to ask Father. Oh, Daddy, Zeke wants me to marry him.
Well, it's all right with me, gal. He's a nice boy.
Father said no, Zeke. What's that? You're coming right over? All right, goodbye.
Say, what's the matter with you, Nell, anyway? Why don't you marry Zeke?
Because I'm Zeke and tired of him.
Oh, why don't I give myself those jokes?
Besides, I love this home, and I'll never leave.
Well, you might as well, because we'll all be thrown out next month. Oh, I see. Sam seems to be glad of that. Come in.
Hi there, folks. Hello, Zeke. You got here quick. Sit down and have a bite of dinner with us. No, sirree, I hit here once, got sick as a dog, too.
Well, I noticed a resemblance. What's on your mind, Zeke?
Well, Mr. Weatherby, I'll tell you. I come here to ask for your daughter's hand.
Yeah?
I love Nell, and I want to marry her.
Yeah?
Now, do I get her, or do I not?
Well, take her, Zeke, and good luck to you.
So you're going to stand in the way, eh? Well, I'm going to fight till I get it.
Hey, Jimmy, are you reading the wrong lines?
Lines or no lines, I love Nell.
But, Zeke.
Now, listen, Nell. We'll have to elope. Be ready at 9 o'clock tonight, and I'll come to your window with a ladder.
You're supposed to whisper that.
Remember, 9 o'clock tonight.
Hey, you better make that 10. I go to bed at 9.
Okay. That's all right. Goodbye, Nell.
Huh. I'd rather marry Dracula than that Zeke Melton.
Well, you can't expect to get one of those movie stars. Huh? You better go to bed, Nell.
We now go into scene 2 at the window of Nell's room. It is 10 o'clock and pitch dark.
Oh, Nell.
Is that you, Zeke Melton?
No, it's me, Frank Black. Zeke couldn't come tonight.
Did you bring your orchestra, Frank? Where are you?
I'm up here on the ladder. Hurry up. We've got to get away.
No, I can't leave home. I won't leave. Besides, you have to ask Father.
Where is your father?
I'm down here holding the ladder. Better hurry up, Nell, before Frank changes his mind. You know, Zeke did.
Yes, Nell. Come away with me, and I'll make you happy.
No, 1,000 times no.
Better make that 200. It's a short program.
I can never marry you, Frank Black.
All right, then. Farewell. Farewell, cruel world.
What are you going to do, Frank? Kill yourself?
No, I'm going to kill Zeke. It's his gal.
Yeah. Looks like I'll never get rid of that daughter of mine. Who's that?
It's me, Pete Claney.
Hello, Pete. What are you doing here this time of night?
I love your daughter, and I want to marry her.
You too? Hey, Frank, get off the ladder and make room for Pete. Be careful there, Pete. Don't fall.
Nell.
Who is it this time?
It's me, Pete Claney. I've come to take you away from here.
No, Pete, I can never leave home unless I have a good reason.
For heaven's sake, Pete, give her a reason.
I love you, Nell. Isn't that enough?
No, love isn't everything.
Give her another reason, Pete.
I have money, loads and loads of it.
Pete, if she turns you down this time, I'll marry her.
I don't care for money.
That's only in the play, folks.
And another thing, Nell. I have a car.
What kind of a car?
Here it comes, folks. Here it comes.
A Chevrolet, the most dependable car in the low-price field.
Chevrolet, that's what I've been waiting to hear. Goodbye, Daddy. Goodbye. I'm going with Pete.
Another victory for Chevrolet. The reason why gals leave home. Goodbye, Nell. So long, ladies. Happened why gals leave home. And next week we will play Why Gals Come Back. And now Mary Livingston Weathersby will sing It's Great to Be Alive.
Only 9 days left in Chevrolet's radio contest. Only 9 more days in which you'll have the opportunity to win a new Chevrolet 6 absolutely free. So by all means, get over to your Chevrolet dealers without further delay. And remember, if you buy a new Chevrolet during the period of the contest and then win a free car, you have your choice of accepting either the free car or its equivalent in cash. Chevrolet offers every motor car buyer and every winner in the contest his choice of 11 big six-cylinder models, priced from $445 to $565, FOB, Flint, Michigan.
Mary didn't have a chance to sing for you, but it's a little late now. And again, I want to thank Mr. Robinson for appearing on this program. I hope he makes me an offer for the picture rights of our plays. Well, let's go, Mary.
All right, Lem.
Jack's the name. Good night, folks.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Chevrolet program starring Jack Benny with Frank Black and his orchestra. Frank Black opens the program with Charlie's Home. Throughout the United States, a series of big, colorful posters are going up on the billboards, reading, "Every minute someone buys a new Chevrolet." Watch for these new signs, my friends, and bear in mind when you see them, they're signs of better times. They're signs of bigger business for the world's largest builder of motor cars. Also, they're sure signs that the one best buy in the low-price field must be Chevrolet. America certainly wouldn't buy Chevrolets at the astonishing rate of one every minute unless Chevrolet were the one best buy at its price. And that's exactly what it is. The only car in its field with a Fisher body. The only one with Fisher no-draft ventilation, with a cushion-balanced engine mounting, with a time-proved six-cylinder power plant, a starterator, an octane selector, and no other full-size car in the world is so economical on gas and oil and upkeep, or so dependable. In view of all these things, do you wonder why every minute someone buys a new Chevrolet? And now, Jack Benny. Hello, some more. This is your New York correspondent, Jack Benny, the Earth Galloper, coming to you with all the late news reports with the courtesy of the Weekly War. The news that brings out all the dirt. Okay, Frank, let's go. Thank you. Chicago, Illinois. World's Fair gets off to a good start with many notables arriving daily to represent their respective countries. Sam Insull will represent Greece. Jimmy Walker will represent France. And Black's orchestra will represent Russia. Scotland sends Harry Lauder, C.O.D.
Jack, another wire just came.
All right, what is it, Mary? Quick.
World Fair, Chicago. Molly and Dietrich just arrived representing Pennsylvania.
Mary, go away, will you, please? Bombay, India. More Gandhi news. Mahatma Gandhi finishes 21-day fast and is now wearing a cigar band. When last seen, he was mistaken for a panatella. Babylon, Long Island. Man and wife discovered here with 16 children. Stork found dead on stoop. Overworked, you know. Special cable dispatch. Frank Buck and Jimmy Walker will sail for America shortly. Buck will bring them back alive, and Walker will bring them back a wife. Glasgow, Scotland. Harry Lauder also sailing for America. Local citizens give him big blowout by putting tack in his rear tire. Pretty good for Scotland. And now, folks, we have also added a want ad column to our paper as we cannot exist on circulation alone. So take down these addresses if you are interested. Traveling salesman wanted. Must be familiar with traveling, salesmanship, farmers, and farmers' daughters. Address Box 482, this paper. Wanted 30 chorus girls. Apply Minsky Theater, New York. Wanted 3 more chorus girls. Apply to Melton, Black, and Benny. Got you in on this, Frankie. For sale, baby grand piano by lady with electric attachment. That. Girls wanted to knit sweaters for Katz, Broomberg, and Riley. The boys must be cold. Woman 55 will trade a Pekingese dog and a canary for slightly used husband. Realizes mistake. Address RFD 4, Pump Handle, Ohio. Female help wanted. Good secretary. If good looking, don't have to be so good.
Jack, can I read one now?
Go ahead, Mary.
Wanted. Good master of ceremonies for Chevrolet program.
Graham. Wanted. Howard Claney to say something about Chevrolet.
Oh, yes. We'll find that Chevrolet saves you on oil, gas...
Play, Frank. Don't wait for this. Play. Don't wait. Play, Frank. Thank you. That was My Darling from the Vanities, played by Frank Black and his orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we continue with our penthouse murder that was started last Friday. You all remember our terrible murder mystery last week? Well, it's terrible this week, too. Who killed Mr. X? You remember, folks? Mr. X was killed in his penthouse a week ago tonight between 8 o'clock and the bathroom. And the only clue found was a hot dog running away from a stand in Coney Island. You may also remember that during the trial we were unable to place the guilt where it belonged. Garbo had to go home, Mae West had a date, and the other prisoners were not interested. So it still remains a horrible unsolved mystery. Who killed Mr. X? I said, who killed Mr. X?
Oh, pardon me.
Watch those cues. Now, what could have been the motive for this crime? Let us analyze it. Mr. X was the landlord of 3 apartment houses, so you see he had no enemies. He lost every cent in the market, his wife was pressing him for back alimony, and he had incurable rheumatism, so there was no reason for suicide. Now, what was it?
How old was he, Jack?
95.
Then he did not die of old age.
Neither will you, Mary.
What did he have to suffer the night of the crime?
Liver.
Then it couldn't have been a heart attack.
No, Mary, it couldn't. A pipe was pulled out of his mouth, and he was examined carefully.
What kind of a pipe?
A gas pipe.
Oh, well, a little gas never hurt anyone.
I know. Well, anyway, folks, we've had 2 detectives working on this case. Detective Melton, you've been out on this case a week.
Yes, sir.
What have you found?
I found a place where you can get a sandwich and a glass of beer for a nickel.
Mary, take down the address, but that doesn't help solve the mystery. Detective Claney, what did you find?
I find that every minute of the day someone buys a Chevrolet.
Well, now we're getting someplace. After all, that's what we're here for. Did you find anything else, Claney?
Yes, but the Chevrolet has the Fisher no-draft ventilation.
That's great. Now all we have to find out is who killed Mr. X.
Jack, why not put it in the hands of Sherlock Holmes, who understands crime?
You're right, Mary. We'll get Sherlock Holmes, the man who sees all, knows all, and plays the fiddle.
Hey, Jack, wait a minute.
Yes, Jimmy?
I hate to interrupt your mystery, but do you mind if I sing my song now?
Oh, no, pardon me, Jimmy. Go right ahead. What are you going to sing?
Franz Lehar's Frostita Serenade.
I know that, Jimmy. I just couldn't pronounce it. Play, Frank, please.
In the silence of the night, when the moon is shining bright, and the world at last is fast asleep, every creature goes to rest in his cozy little nest, just his very own, alone to keep. There's a little nest of mine, of a starry blue divine, such a little home was never known. If a parent at a bound, waiting for the magic hour, glorified with you, and through your love alone. My little nest of heavenly blue, I'm lonesome here when far from you. Each nook or corner, so cozy and sweet, needs only you to be complete. Soft fragrance floats upon the air, the spell of love is everywhere. But all my life would be lonely and blue if I could never share my little nest with you. In the silence of the night, when the moon is shining bright, in my little nest of heavenly blue, I shall never fret or pine, for someday you will be mine. Dreams will all come true for me.
That was the Frostita Serenade, sung by James Melton. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue with our mystery and take you to the residence of Sherlock Holmes.
A 7:15. Only one more hour until 8:15.
And just an hour ago, it was 6:15.
What a strange world. Answer that, Mary. I'm not in.
Hello? Hello? You want to speak to Sherlock Holmes? Yes, this is Sherlock's home, but Sherlock isn't home. He's working on a case right now. Yes, he's on his last bottle.
What is it, Mary?
It's about that penthouse murder of Mr. X. They want you to start working on it at once.
Oh, yes. I was expecting that case. Tell him I'll take it.
Hello. Mr. Holmes just came in and said he'll take the case. Tell Mr. X not to worry. Goodbye.
Mary, call in Dr. Boston. We have work ahead of us.
Mr. Sherlock, I hate to ask you this, but can I draw 5 shillings to payday?
That's elementary, Mary.
I get it, Sherlock.
Sherlock to you. Call Dr. Watson.
Dr. Watson, the boss wants you.
Okay, I'm coming. Well, Sherlock, what's new?
Watson, we have much work ahead of us. By the way, you've been eating herring. Is that right?
Sure. But tell me, Sherlock, how did you know it?
That's elementary, Watson. Besides, I can smell it.
Sherlock, you're a genius.
Watson, you're a lip box. You know, Watson, you're really supposed to be an Englishman.
Well, I say, Mr. Holmes, I'll try, you know.
I like the other dialect better.
All right. What do you want?
Watson, we have a strange mystery to solve. Mr. X is killed in his penthouse, and we start working on the case today.
All right, but before we start, why don't you eat something? You're always working. Now, I just made some nice homemade soup.
What kind of soup?
I made some chicken, vegetable, and noodle. Which do you want?
Quick, Watson, the noodle. We leave, Watson. We leave for the Empire State Building in 10 minutes. The Empire State Building. Pack your bag and hand me my violin. I've got a lot of thinking to do. I must think.
They laughed when he picked up his violin, but when he started to play, they screamed.
Quiet, Mary. Quiet, I must think. Come, Watson. A thought just struck me. We must get to the Empire State Building in a jiffy.
Why in a jiffy? My Chevrolet will get us there just as sleep.
And much safer. At times, Watson, you show signs of intelligence.
You have just heard what these 2 famous detectives have said about the Chevrolet. It is quick, safe, and dependable.
That's elementary, Claney, and get out of my study. Come, Watson, we must hurry. And by midnight, we will find the murderer of Mr. X.
Sherlock, you're uncanny.
Watson, you're nuts. Come, let us away.
have just heard Playing with the Devil. And now we take you to the lobby of the Empire State Building, where we meet Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.
tell me, Sherlock, why did you come here to the Empire State Building? What has this got to do with the murder of Mr. Hex?
Watson, I'm surprised at you. While playing the violin, I made the following deduction. Mr. X was killed by some gorilla here in New York. Do you follow me? A gorilla was seen climbing up the Empire State Building with a girl in the palm of his hand. And is at present on the tower.
How do you know?
I saw the picture. Now, if he could climb up a building the size of the Empire State, why couldn't he have climbed up that penthouse and killed Mr. X?
You mean the gorilla is King Kong?
Of course. Who else is covered with hair like that?
George Bernard Shaw.
Well, he didn't do it. Well, here's the elevator.
What floor, Captain?
We want to go to the tower.
That's the 102nd floor, boss.
Yes, I know that. When will we arrive?
Sunday night, sir.
You know, Sherlock, that elevator boy looks very suspicious and very friendly, too.
I think so. What's your name, son?
My name's Jim Milton, sir.
Oh, sure, Jimmy. He's our tenor, Watson. Say, Jimmy, I hate to ask you this, but did you kill Mr. X?
No, sir, Captain. I didn't kill him. I was a lady killer.
Quick, Watson, the needle.
Ow!
And cut out those jokes. Well, we have 2 days in this elevator. 2 days. I must keep my mind occupied. Hand me my saxophone.
That was Stormy Weather, brought to you through the courtesy of the Chevrolet Motor Company. 102nd floor, all out.
Sunday got here quick. Now be careful, Watson, and very quiet. Very quiet. Please follow me around the edge of the roof. We must use our wits and trap him. This fellow King Kong is the biggest creature you've ever seen. He eats elephants like you eat salami.
With mustard?
That's elementary, Watson. Come, follow me. The drummer just dropped the cymbal. Frank, keep the boys quiet, will you? Just a moment. Watson, don't move.
It's so dark up here. Why didn't you come up here in the daytime?
Quiet. Go ahead. I'm right behind you.
I'd sooner be behind you.
Watson, look. Look carefully. You see that figure standing there in the doorway?
Yes.
Look. Somebody is handing him some money.
Oh, that's Al Smith. He runs this building and he's collecting the rent. Hello, Al!
You're wrong again, Watson.
What is that, Sherlock?
That's King Kong. He's here, all right. Keep down, Watson. He mustn't see us.
Be careful, Sherlock. I think he sees us.
Grab him, Watson, and don't let him get away.
Thank you. Look, he's got the girl right in the palm of his hand. It looks like Mary Livingstone.
Wait. It is Mary. Mary, what are you doing there with King Kong?
There's something in his eyes that makes me realize he got me in the palm of his hand. The thrill of his caress.
Mary, we must rescue Mary from that roof. I'm not afraid of him. Hey, King Kong. What's the idea of climbing buildings and carrying women with you?
Well, it's news for sport, and I just love the fresh air.
Is that King Kong? I'll get him.
Wait, Watson. It may be a trick. Now, look here, Kong. You've been climbing buildings, dragging people out of their beds and murdering them. Did you climb up to the penthouse on Park Avenue and kill Mr. X?
No.
You lie. You did murder Mr. X. Why, you're big enough to eat him alive.
Well, I did have eggs for breakfast this morning.
Then you admit that you killed him.
No.
Take him away, Watson.
Goodbye, Mary. I'm sorry. I can't play with you anymore.
Goodbye, Paul and Harry. Come up again sometime.
Well, it didn't take us long to get him, did it, Watson?
Yeah.
Who's that?
It's me, the voice of the shadow.
What do you want?
You think you've got the murderer, Well, King Kong did not kill Mr. X.
Then who did?
Mr. X was killed
Ladies and gentlemen, this mystery will be continued next Friday night.
But there's no mystery about the Chevrolet motor car. It's the best buy in America today and the nation's choice.
Play, Frank.
Hear the figures, 445 FOB Factory, always think, my friends, of Chevrolet, of the new Chevrolet Standard 6, the car that made $445 famous, of the smart, fast-stepping Chevrolet that gave a new meaning to 445 by giving so many wonderful new features for that wonderful low price. A Fisher body, a big, comfortable interior, Fisher no-draft ventilation, safety plate windshield glass, an octane selector, a low-to-the-road chassis that rides smoothly and steadily, and a six-cylinder valve and head engine that's not only one of the snappiest on the road, but listen to this. Some Chevrolet Standard 6 owners report gasoline mileages as high as 26 miles to the gallon, and nearly all of them are getting between 18 and 24, depending on how they drive. So if you have a minimum of money to spend on a new car and want that money to do you the most good, to bring you the most fun and the greatest savings in return, save with a new Chevrolet Standard 6, the big General Motors value that made $445 famous.
Well, folks, this concludes our program for tonight. Be sure and listen in next Friday. Try and figure out for yourself who killed Mr. X.
Mary, hand me my violin. I must sing. Good night, folks. Good night. This is the
National Broadcasting Company. WEOF, New York.